Hello, and welcome to another weekend diary. If you're new here, my name is Wenzel. I work a 9 to 6 job during the week, and on the side, I'm a part-time artist. Most of my weekends are spent creating art, going on little side quests, and squeezing in some fitness whenever I can. Come along with me as I try to fit all of my hobbies into just 48 hours. I started my Saturday bright and early by joining a 10 km run. We arrived at the venue before 4 a.m. with the gun start scheduled at 4:30. To be honest, I wasn't able to train properly for this run, so I was mostly relying on sheer willpower and a bit of inner strength to get me through. Thankfully, the sunrise over Parañaque made the whole experience worth it. It was such a beautiful morning to be out running, and somehow I managed to finish just a few minutes over the 1 hour mark. After the run, we treated ourselves to coffee and pizza at Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf before heading home. The rest of the day was spent catching up on sleep and giving my body some much needed rest. When I finally woke up, I didn't want to miss my daily drawing practice, so I painted the food we had earlier that day. I am currently doing a daily drawing challenge, and this was day 18. Showing up every day, even if it's just to scribble something in my sketchbook, has helped me tremendously. I've noticed small improvements in my art, and it's also made me more comfortable drawing subjects that I wouldn't normally choose. The next morning, I woke up early to get ready for another sketch session with Makati Sketch Breakfast, and this time it's at Common Room. When I arrived, almost all of the tables were already full with participants. I found a seat right in front of the MSB sign before making my way to the counter to order my breakfast. I got a cortado and a longanisa pandesal sandwich. My initial plan was to sketch first before eating, but after finishing the outlines, hunger won, so I decided to enjoy my breakfast first before getting back to my sketch. Surprisingly, I worked a little faster than usual that day. I managed to finish a simple food sketch with an hour to spare, which even gave me some time to include the paper sleeve and paste it onto the page. One of my favorite parts of these sessions is getting to meet new creatives and see the beautiful artworks everyone creates using different mediums and styles. It was such a fun morning, and by the end of it, I could really feel the creativity flowing.
What's your name? Oh, wow. Oh my god. Can I start? That's the beginning.
Yeah.
Urban sketch?
Sige.
That's me?
Yan, liwat.
This is today?
So,
Under the scorching heat of the sun, I walked towards Ayala Triangle. Along the way, I passed by a lemonade stand, and with the weather being this hot, I just had to grab one. I found a nice spot under the shade and settled down to work on this month's creative activity from Sketchbook Club, the Japanese food cutout activity. Thankfully, it wasn't too windy today, otherwise it would have been a struggle trying to organize all these tiny cutouts. The only downside, I was sweating non-stop. I specifically wanted to do this activity here at the park because the green grass made it feel like a little picnic. Plus, the contrast between the red blanket and the greenery looked so pretty. Once I finished the activity, I took the opportunity to squeeze in some urban sketching practice. I decided to sketch the little bookshelf in the middle of the park, and this time, I skipped the pencil altogether and went straight in with a micron pen. Since I did not bring a water bottle, I ended up using my lemonade while painting with watercolors. It was honestly getting way too hot, but I was determined to finish the sketch before heading to my next stop. And honestly, it's not that bad. I'm really loving the paper in this sketchbook. It handles water beautifully and the texture is just perfect. Here's the final page. After that, I headed to Panco Café to cool down and grab something to eat because it was just unbearably hot outside. I ordered their tofu sisig, and while waiting for my boyfriend to arrive, I sketched my food. At this point, both my phone and my camera were already running low on battery, so thank goodness this cafe had power outlets. Once we finished eating, I pulled out my supplies and started packing a few additional orders for the June Sketchbook Club. It's honestly been such a productive weekend so far. I've been able to do the things I love while carving out some personal time for myself. Bringing my mail club orders to a cafe has also become my favorite excuse to go out. By the way, I run a creative mail subscription called the Sketchbook Club, where every month I send out art mail filled with prints, postcards, handwritten letters, dog stickers, and sketchbook prompts. So if you love sketchbooks and often don't know what to draw, if you're a dog lover who wants to contribute to a cause, or if you simply enjoy receiving physical art goodies in the mail as a reminder to slow down and be creative, you can check out the link in the description below to join. Since I managed to finish my to-do list earlier than expected, I moved up my salon appointment and finally got a haircut. Thankfully, I did because the moment I got home, heavy rain started pouring. But the creative day still wasn't over. I finally had the chance to finish a sketch of the food and drinks that we had at the Vibe Arcovia. This was from a dinner with friends where we caught up, shared stories, and spent most of the night playing card games. There were cocktails, delicious food, lots of laughter, and so many stories shared during that one weekend night in Pasig. We even dropped by at Monza afterward for a little bit of playtime. And that's the beauty of documenting life through a sketchbook. You can always revisit those memories, and there's something so special about holding those moments in your hands. It feels completely different from simply taking a photo. That's why I'll never stop talking about documenting your life through sketchbooks or journals. Flipping through old pages and reliving those memories feels incredibly rewarding. And along the way, it also nurtures your creativity. In many ways, that's also the inspiration behind my mail club, sharing little pieces of my sketchbooks and creative journey with others. I hope you had a wonderful weekend as well. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for this weekend. I'll see you in the next artsy adventures.
Magpe-paint muna ako mamaya. Lagi akong may dala ko. Tsaka, pencil case. Yung lahat ng red materials ko. Meron akong watercolor, laser, pens, a lot of pens. Spray bottle, may water, dalawang water for watercolor. Tapos, nandito yung mga brush. Then, more pens. Ngayon, hindi ko alam ba't check-in.
I never thought I'd fly over my own state. Something about those city lights were calling out my name. Now mama, don't you cry. You know there'll come a day where I come visit you at home. And if I never stay, the same old worn out welcome sign, the population getting by, crossing that county line brings back the good old days. With the same old station on the side of that homegrown two-lane paradise, watching that midnight sky you don't see in LA. This big world will always change, but the small town will stay the same. This concrete tree light's got my head up in the clouds. A good thing that I got my roots back in steady ground. With the same old small church parking lot, I cried when Bobby tied the knot. By God, we never thought he'd give her his last name. Or the ring that I wore on the night that we once stayed 14 tonight. Those Friday football lights sure did feel like fame. This big world will always change, but the small town will stay the same. Thought these freeways led to freedom, thought I'd leave and find my way. When this big map tide breaks me down, I go back to the place where the same old worn down welcome sign with population getting by, crossing that county line brings back the good old days. The same old station on the side of that homegrown two-lane paradise, watching that midnight sky that makes me want to stay. This big world will always change, but the small town will stay the same.
Ako muna si George Russell.
Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Every breath feels borrowed, but tonight the world's in tune. Old chair hums beneath me, playing boards keep the time. Old chair hums beneath me, playing boards keep the time. If this sound ain't perfect, that's how it's mine. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Static sings the harmony. I couldn't ask for more.